So check this out, because this is going to piss you off. All right. Oh man, it's going to make me mad. So we have Social Security at $24,000 for old Linda. All right, so old Linda, $24,000 of Social Security. All right, so what we do, we take $38,000 as a pension. All right, but what we do is we take half of this. All right, so that's $12,000 plus $38,000. That's $50,000. That's her provisional income right there. And this is, I love this. This gets fun. It's fun for me. And I'm just telling you, you got to learn how to do this yourself. So again, you take half your Social Security plus your other income. In this case, it's a pension. That says, hooray, Linda. Ole. Ole. Oh, hooray, Linda. That's awesome. All right. That's $52,000. There you go. Right on. Good catch. Good catch. $52,000. Right on. All right. Perfect. 12. No, that's not right. No, 12 is 50,000. Because this right here is 12. That makes sense? So you take half of your Social Security benefit. In case your Social Security benefit is $24,000, we're taking half of that. It's $12,000 plus the $38,000 you have as a pension. And that's 38 and 12 is $50,000. So now we got, that is your provisional income. All right, so now we got to figure out how much of that is subject to taxation, how much of your Social Security benefit is subject to taxation. So we go to here, we go to the first $25,000, 0, 25 to 34.5, and then anything over 34.85. That's how we're figuring out how much of your Social, that's all right, how much of your Social Security is subject to taxation. First, there's a two-step process here. Oh, this is fun. All right, so what we do is we say, okay, well, Linda, your provisional income is $50,000. All right, so the first $25,000, nothing is subject to taxation. The next $9,000, half that is subject to taxation, or $4,500. And then we got $50,000 minus $34,000, $16,000 times 0.85. I need my trusty calculator again. And I'll explain this all in just a second. All right, so you go, hey, I got 203 people on here. Thanks for being on board, my friends. And for you newcomers, or my puppy dog Finn just peed on his big brother's bed upstairs, and there's all kinds of hell going on up there. Oh, wait a second. We got 14,800. Is that right? Not that I don't trust you, Linda, but let's just double check. 13,600. So we got 13,600. All right, so. All right. So the first $25,000, nothing is subject to taxation. The next $9,000, 50% of that is subject to taxation. The next amount, anything rest, the $50,000 minus $34,000, 85% is that subject to taxation. And Catherine, I'll do another video on this maybe tomorrow, getting it more clearly on this, where you can just calculate it on the whiteboard. But I want to get it done now because I'm fired up. Anyway, so you got 13,600 plus 4,500, which means 18,100 of Linda's Social Security is subject to taxation. All right, so we take 18,000, bear with me just a second. Yeah, okay, good. So 18,100, Linda, of your Social Security is subject to taxation, which is less, by the way, than 85%, because 85% would be 20,400. So when they say just by default that 85% of your Social Security is subject to taxation, that's not right, because in your case it's not. Now, here's where it gets fun. We get 18,100 of your Social Security is subject to taxation, and you got a $38,000 pension. All right, so we take 18,100 plus 38,000. This would be 100, oops, that's 16, what's that, 40, is that right? No, 56,100. Yeah, 56,100. That's not Common Core, so that's probably right. 56,100 is your AGI. 56,100 is your AGI, all right? So we minus your 13,600 of standard deduction. I'm assuming you're single, and we say, I'm not going to be able to figure that out off the top of my head. 56,100 minus 13,600 $42,500 is your taxable income. $42,500 is taxable income. And for a single person, I can't remember, the first 10,000 is at 10%. The next, I can't remember, what's the next 19,000, I think. Whatever the remaining at is at the next. And what's the, for the single person? What's the next bracket on the next? Anyone know? I can't. For a single person, where does the 12% end? Does anybody know? Is it 29,000? 40. Okay, cool. Right on, Dan. So 40,000, 125. So we got 30. All right, gotcha. 40,000, 125. And so basically, we're gonna have 2,500 at 22%. All right, and whatever that is right there, it's 30,000 roughly. Roughly there. So that's gonna be 12. All right, so in this case, Linda, you got to pay tax, whatever that is. So you got 2,500 at 22%, 30,000 at 12%, 10,000 at 10%. The reason being is because that pension puts you under a basically made a lot more of your Social Security subject to taxation. Linda says, if a single person makes under 51 AGI, they get a huge tax breaks on right there. So you're going to be under AGI. Yeah, right there. Is there a standard deduction here? Right there is your standard deduction. So if it's wait, is it taxable income or AGI? You said AGI? Ah, right there. That's your AGI. That's your AGI right there, Linda. $56,000. Let me. So you are over by $5,000. Yep. You're over by $5,000. That sucks, man. That freaking sucks big time. How old are you, Linda? You're under 65. I would cancel your Social Security. That's what, unless you need the income. I would cancel your Social Security. Hello, big boy. Yeah, are you mad because your brother pissed in your bed? If you're under 65, here you go. Hello, it's Pablo's world. That's what I would do. Okay, right on. Well, the problem is, though, if you have the income to live it up while you can, you're going to have to pay significantly more for premiums. But that's just, I mean, that sucks. There's no other way around that. That sucks freaking, that sucks. My name is Pablo. I live on the second floor. She probably need, yeah, exactly. Right on. All right, so let's go to another one on this because I think it's fun. I want to show you how bad they, I could not live on 38. Take a reverse mortgage. That's what I would do, man. Oh, 38K is, I mean, take a reverse mortgage. If you're single and you're like, I don't care, take a reverse mortgage. Reverse mortgage is tax-free. I don't know why more people don't do reverse mortgages because Dave Ramsey says they're scams. That's wrong. Dave Ramsey also says whole life insurance is scams, and that's wrong too. I don't think whole life insurance is a catch-all, but whole life insurance in of itself is not a scam. It depends on when you take it out and how it's structured. All right, you're gonna leave us? Okay, yeah. I've already had to pick up one dookie for Pablo because it's raining here, and Pablo doesn't like the rain. That's why we call him Cat Dog. And while I was taking care of his little brother, Pablo happened to drop a dookie in the pantry. Yeah, good times. And now his brother just took care of business and peed on his carpet, on his bed. Great. All right, so let's go back to Linda. What's going to say, instead of having a 38K pension, oh, that's what we'll do. We'll say Linda's got, instead of a 38K pension, 38K Social Security and 24K pension. All right, ooh, this will be fun. All right, so Linda, you got 38K of Social Security, which if I take my trusty calculator, that would be 38 divided by 12. Yeah, right at the max, so right there. So we're going to say you have the max at your PIA. And again, that's not all that realistic, I get it, but I just want to show you the difference. All right, so remember, we take half of this. Oh, man, 2 divided. So that's going to be, we got 17, 18, was that 19,000, right? 19,000 plus 24,000. And what's that? 33, 43,000 now is your provisional. That's 43,000 is your provisional income. So check this out: 0 to 25, 25 to 34, over 34. All right. So we know for a fact that you're going to have 9,000 here, and then you're going to have 9,000 there. There we go. All right. So we've got 4,500 here. And then we're going to have whatever 85% on 9,000 is. 9 times 0.85, 7650. Ooh, it'll be fun. We got 11, 12, 50. All right, so basically what we have here now, let me get over here. We got 1250, 12,150. So you're going to pay only basically a third. Yeah, roughly a third of your Social Security will be subject to taxation here. 12,150 is subject to of your Social Security is subject to taxation. And now we drop your pension down, and we got 36,150. That is your tax. That's your AGI right there. AGI 36 is subtracted standard deduction, and I need my trusty calculator to figure that one out. 36,150 minus 1360. 22.5. Oh, look at that. That's a big difference here. That is a big difference. Ooh, low battery. I hope you guys are... Okay, sweet. Look at that. So if you would have had these flipped, you would be able to qualify for the Obamacare premiums, premium credits. Isn't that freaking crazy? Yeah, I had a low battery thing. Sorry about that. It's only got 20% left. So look, the same income, but because your Social Security is higher than your pension, your AGI is 36,000, where before I think it was like 50. Well, I can't remember what it was before, but it's more than 36,000. Obviously, it's over. I can't remember. 22,500 in taxes. So not only would you qualify, look, you're not going to get. You won't need Obamacare credits because you're in this case you're at your full retirement age. So that won't be all that realistic, but I'm just showing you, man, you could freaking... all these people who discount, so this is why you got to know how to do this yourself, my friends. And I'm not just gearing this to Linda, but you know, if you someone said, well, the TurboTax calculator, yeah, but again, that's not proactive. You can see the significant difference here. Her AGI is 16,000 less than what it was before. Her taxable income is significantly less than what it was before. 22,500. The first, I think it was 10,000 is subject to 10%, and then anything after that is subject to 12. So I mean, we're talking thousands of dollars. Thousands of dollars. It's freaking... Ready! Come here! Oh, right on. You got it, Catherine. It just friggin' pisses me off because this is the tax torpedo right there. When you have a large when you have minimal Social Security and other income, IRA distributions and pensions, you're in the tax torpedo. It's freaking nuts, man. And I don't think I have enough battery juice on my phone here to do it tonight, and I'll do another video on it because I've done this a million times. But what happens is you got to have, if you have large distributions or any kind of distributions, doesn't have to be large, what happens is it takes what was not previously subject to tax, Social Security, and makes it subject to tax. It's crazy, man. Well, I mean, the moral of the story is maybe to delay taking Social Security. But like Linda here, she wants to party like it's 1999, so she might need the Social Security. I'm telling you, not to look at a reverse mortgage, and I'm not for whatever, but not to look at a reverse mortgage doesn't make sense to me. Reverse mortgage is a return of premium, essentially, or return of principal, excuse me. Thus, it's tax-free. Linda, let's just use her for an example. She says she has a mortgage. Well, let's say the mortgage is $1,500 a month. All right, and say she has over 50% equity in her home. She can freaking turn around, take a reverse mortgage, and have that sucker paid off. Free up $1,500 a month, and now she can party like it's 1999. Yeah, well, she has debt, which is the issue, but you can still use a reverse mortgage in which to cover that potentially. Now, look, I'm not going to sell you guys on reverse mortgages. I don't get paid on any of this. Gary said, what about a pension versus a lump sum? Well, that depends on what the payout on the pension is. And as always, I say the pension, if it's over a 5% payout, 6% payout, you go with the pension. Generally speaking, if it's less than a 6% payout, you go with a lump sum. And remember, a lump sum is not a taxable event. You roll it to an IRA. The IRA is, Thailand. Ugh. I don't get it, man. My uncle lives in Thailand. And no, not for me, man. Not for me. But anyway, you roll. I don't want to say anymore. But anyway, you roll the pension into your IRA. That's not a taxable distribution. Just keep that in mind. No, if you're going to sell the house in a year or two, yeah, don't do that. Absolutely. No. Best place for a 4-year cash bucket: traditional IRA, Roth, or taxable brokerage account. Traditional IRA all the time, Deborah. 100% question. So we have Harold, who had a bad experience with that. He says, don't ever do that. Well, there's lots of people have bad experiences with stuff. That doesn't mean you don't do it. It's just it really is contingent on. I moved to Venezuela. I heard they're very honest. Yeah. What did you ask again? Someone asked Debbie. Was it Debbie about? So you always want your cash money in your IRA without question. Without question. You want your Roth as aggressive as you can be, or with real estate investment trust in your Roth, absolutely. But you want your cash bucket in your IRA. You do not want bonds in a traditional, a taxable brokerage account, and you do not want bonds in your Roth. No way, no how, don't do it. My pension went over the lump sum because I had automatic 3% COLA, 100% right. So Catherine said her pension with the automatic 3% COLA, you can't beat that, man. I'm just telling you right now. Look, pensions, I know, there are people still get them. Right on, Vinyl, in your regular, 100%. Vinyl says in your regular brokerage account, you get qualified dividends. If it's an ETF, you don't get any taxable distributions, by and large, 100%. And by the way, don't forget, just real quick, and I think I'm winding down here because this thing is getting bad. If you have, oh man, I got to get low odor. So, Linda from Linda from Florida sent me this, and I don't think she's on here today. And if you're gonna send me free stuff, make it stuff I want. I'm just joking. If Linda from Florida is here, and it's not you, Linda, she sent me some some blue diamond almonds, the habanero ones. Oh, I love them. All right. Anyway, so. And how awesome this would be is a smell of a blueberry. I get high on my markers. That's right. And when you eat lobster, the eggs or whatever, you get high on that, Rob. I'm sure you do because you're in Massachusetts. Daytona native Linda. All right. So real quick, I want to show you why a brokerage account should also be invested aggressively. So real quick, and I know I'm going to run out of juice. You got the 3 buckets: Roth, tax deferred, after tax, if you will. All right, so and I hate to say after taxes. We should probably say this is tax-free. Roth, tax-free. We'll just say tax-free. Roth and tax-free, or we'll say the what's the word I'm looking for? Tax-free. They're I forgot what they're called. The same thing. The same word applies. Whatever. Tax-free. So after tax, this is your brokerage account. This is your IRA or 401k. That's your Roth. All right. So here you have your bonds. Here you have your high yield. If you have any bonds, it'd be here. I don't think you should, but you have your REITs, your dividends, high yield dividends, and then stocks. All right. So anything that's high dividend REITs should be over here. High yield, if you're going to have high yield bonds, they should be over here. High dividend paying stuff, like if you have VDIGX, the Vanguard Dividend Growth Mutual Fund, which I do own, and just regular stocks. Here you have ETFs, stock ETFs. All right, now let me just show you what happens here. Your kids inherit this tax-free, this taxable for your kids. It's called IRD. That's income with respect to decedent. So they're going to pay income tax on this. The value of what this is, they're going to pay income tax based on their current tax bracket, which is nuts. And they got to, because the stupid Secure Act, which didn't secure anything, they got to exhaust it within 10 years. Freaking nuts. Anyway, but this is taxable to your kids. This right here, tax flipping 3. tax flipping 3. So in this case, if you had $200,000 in there and it grew to $500,000, that $500,000 is tax flipping free because you have what's called a step-up basis. And you know what Trippy Joe is trying to do? Trippy Joe wants to get rid of the step-up basis, which is the best estate planning tool for middle class. Remember, middle class Joe. Yeah, he freaking isn't middle class. He's just a corporate globalist, man. Sells his soul for rock and roll. He's I can't stand that. I cannot stand Trippy Joe. Oh, look, at least we know Kamala's freaking. Well, actually, I can't. She's a faker too. I mean, at least with, Bernie's a faker. At least with AOC, we know where she's coming from, man. We know where she's coming from. But with freaking Trippy Joe, he's just a clown. We know that. And if he gets rid, I tell you, man, I hope he pushes big time to get rid of freaking Beijing Biden. I hope he, oh yeah, kids inherit Roth IRAs tax-free, man. What other quit? 100%. I hope he pushes for getting rid of the step-up basis. I think that'd be great. You want to piss a lot of people off? Because he's middle class. And he appeals to the working man. He's a working guy. I said, Sniffy Joe, when have you ever worked a day in your life? When you're a lifeguard and children were looking at your hair on your legs, it's just, guy's a creep. He's a creep. Freaking Sniffy Joe. So that's all I got. I have a taxable account. That's it. I have Trippy Joe. We got Beijing Biden, Trippy Joe, and Sniffy Joe. And call me Kamala. And then they're not even running the show, man. Joe worked hard for the banks in Delaware, didn't he? Yes, sir. And the credit card companies, too. Anyway. All right, so what we want to do is we want to take advantage of the step-up basis. So what I'm doing right now is I have my old 401k, which I rolled to an IRA, which is now a Charles Schwab. All right, and I just made too much money these last couple of years to do anything with it, even if under the CARES Act. I wish I got to do another video on the CARES Act. Joe Zedin, exactly. Yeah, right on. Nothing won't change if Georgia stays red, and we'll see, man. Our Secretary of State is a clown central, man. Our Secretary of State, I don't know what he fell under the orbit. The Stacey Abrams. Why is everyone sweating this lady? It's the weirdest thing. I mean, she's not. Look, I get Michelle Obama, but Stacey Abrams, it doesn't make any sense. It's the weird. Like, does she have some magic power that she says? It's Brad Puffenbarger, Secretary of State. I'm Stacey Abrams. You will do as I say. He's like, yes, Miss Abrams, I will allow you. Does she? Well, she doesn't now because the rich people are gonna pay it off. I will do what you say when it comes to absentee and mail-in ballots. And he just said, our freaking idiotic GOP Secretary of State just said for the special election we can take in late mail-in votes. Wait, there's a rally here in Georgia tomorrow for the Trumpster? I thought it was on December 5th, man. It's the craziest thing. I'm saying, you said for sure. We know that there's been fraud, and you're going to allow the mail-in ballots to come in late? It's the most insane thing ever. I don't get it. December 5th, exactly. It's crazy to me. Why would this guy do this? I love how she keeps raising the numbers, Max. She initially said 450, then 600, then 700. Now she's saying 900. Ooh. If Trump comes on December 5th, I will be there and do a rally. So I have appointments with anybody. I'm canceling them on December 5th. We'll reschedule, but I'm going to go down there, absolutely, and I will not wear my mask. They can all kiss my big fat behind because I'm sick of this crap. I'm sick of this crap, man. No other way around that. Anyway, so what I do is in this thing, I just plug money, and when I do, I will do a live stream, Eric. When I need the money, it's there for the taking. Now, there might be some long-term capital gain tax for sure, but if I don't need it, then it goes to my kids tax-free. Other than maybe I'll have to disinherit my daughter who says, she knows about kicking in college football more than I do. I said, Maddie, if the squib kick was the way to go, everyone would do it all the time. You hardly ever see the squib kick. Why? Because it doesn't work the way a kick in a deep in the end zone works. Oh, my goodness. My VDIGX is in my right here. My VDIGX is here, so I don't have it in this right here vinyl. I just have VTI. That's all I got in this guy, VTI. That's it. Just VTI, and I think I had VBK, and I still do. I haven't got rid of it. Maybe I'm putting money into both. What's about a Vanguard account? Do not sell anything, and when you sell, take the tax hit. Yeah, exactly. Now you can always get your principal back if you have specific identification. You can say, I want to sell these shares and leave these other ones. But I don't. I don't. It doesn't bother me that much. If I sell, that means, and I have to tax, that means I made money. So I'm very comfortable with that. All right, my friends, I want to get upstairs to see what's up with Vanderbilt kicker going to the first round. And we know for a fact if she's not the number one, hey, thanks, Barry. If she's not the number one pick, we know it's toxic masculinity. Kind of like that guy, the gay guy from Missouri, where they said Sam, what's his name, Michael Sam. They said because he didn't go, I think he did go in the draft, but they said, there was gay prejudice or something like that. And there might well have been, but I just think it's funny. If you don't get drafted, it doesn't mean that they don't like you because you're gay, or don't like you because you're a woman, whatever this woman's name is. And if she was played just for a publicity stunt, I feel bad for her. I do, because if she had the leg to kick, she should have kicked deep. That's all there is to it. That would have showed people. If they had the leg to kick, they should have kicked deep. I don't know, man. Someone said you can play or not play. There's been a lot of white running backs and there's a lot. Where are the white cornerbacks? There is none. You cannot tell me there are no white cornerbacks that can play ball. I'm sorry, man. Steve Gregory and Jason Sehorn were the last ones we had, and I don't want to hear it's because whites don't have enough swivel hips or something like that. It's blatantly racist. That's all there is to it. And and before people jump down my throat, I said the same damn thing about friggin' black quarterbacks too. My favorite black quarterback was Doug Williams. Well, not black quarterback. My favorite quarterback, other than Kenny Stabler, was Doug Williams. Always loved Doug Williams. I was a fan of Vince Evans. Always loved Vince Evans. James Harris was for the Rams. Always loved the black quarterbacks, so they didn't get a shake. And now we got no freaking white cornerbacks because of Bill Belichick. We're seeing white receivers back. But remember when we had Ed McCaffrey, that was it. And we had, what's his name, Brandon Stokely with the Ravens. That was it. There's no other white wide receivers, man. How could that possibly be? And don't tell me they can't move. We know for a fact that there are many guys who can move just fine. Who's the guy, I want to say out of University of New Hampshire. There's a white wide receiver out of University of New Hampshire. Yeah, Warren Moon. Oh, my goodness. I freaking love Warren Moon. I hated the Oilers, but I love Warren Moon. I can't remember his name, but I don't even think he won the Fred Biletnikoff Award. I think he still ran like a 4.4 or something like that. I don't even think he got drafted at University of New Hampshire, and I don't think he ever got a chance to play. And it's just there's blatant racism in that regard, without question. And I'll never forget they had Hester from LSU. Remember him? And he was a running back with LSU in the SEC. Remember, the SEC is the most dominant conference. But where did Edelman, Welker? They both went to. Edelman was a quarterback, and then but they both got their chance with the Patriots. Amendola too of the Patriots, Welker of the Patriots. It's slot receivers only, right? Because they can't run. They can't run. It's funny. But anyway, what was I saying? I always said if I had enough money to be an owner, I would go after these low-hanging fruit, these under-received white guys who can play the skill positions, and I would absolutely get a running quarterback who can, and I'd tell you, run the wishbone, man, and then but also have a passing threat too. And so basically, I would say I would get a black quarterback who can run the wishbone, like a Turner Gill. Remember him, Turner Gill, J.C. Watts, but who could pass. You know what I'm saying? Like, some of the skill set these quarterbacks have now is insane. It's nuts what they can do compared to what they used to be able to do. But a guy like Warren Moon, he can move okay. But man, then you get some underpriced guys on the skill positions, and then you just load up on the offensive line. Oh my good. White men good at accounting and stock trading. I don't think they're good at stock trading, man. Nothing about tax here. Bunch of football head BS. Oh boy. Okay. Not many white. Well, they're from Europe. They're coming in big time. So my man got all mad. He said nothing about taxes here. We've been on here for 68 minutes there, brother. We were calling it a Fran Tarkenton. Yeah, remember Fran? Oh man. Right on, Jimmy. Just think of the 5 children. They definitely need our help. Please help the family Josh identified a few dollars to go a long way to that Christmas family. Right on, man. Appreciate it, Jimmy. Anyway, if I remember football. Remember that because I loved the Raiders back then. And the Raiders played the Vikings. We had to borrow somebody's TV to watch it. And that was in 77, the Super Bowl 11. And yeah, dude was late. I love when dudes are late. They come in all griping. But anyway, and that was my granddad was watching it because he had season tickets to the Oakland Raiders. In fact, I got my Oakland Raiders trash can. Oh, it's upstairs. And yeah, remember that, Rob? The Raiders destroyed the Vikings. Chuck Foreman, Fran Tarkenton, was Ahmad Rashad on their team back then? I think he was. Sammy White. Oh, man. Kenny Stabler. Yep. Dave Casper, Kenny Stabler, Cliff Branch. I don't think they had Lester Hayes then. I can't remember. Burgess Owens, man. Our new congressman from the Utah 4th. Burgess Owens. All right. I'm dead on juice, so we'll see you guys. Thanks for being here. Wait till you see my videos the next couple days. You'll like what you see. Thanks again. We'll see you all. Jack Tatum. Oh, yeah. Oh, Tatum. Ugh.